There's a certain sound a kid makes when he finds his strength. It's not a shout, it's a grunt from somewhere deep, a sound of pure effort. I first heard that sound from Jeremy Johansen when he was a very young boy in the Valdez wrestling room, fighting for a takedown. I watched him grow into a man we all know, a strong, independent Alaskan, the kind who builds his life with his own two hands. But on one day, in one instant, a different sound changed everything. The sound of an ATV rolling and landing with a thud, and then silence where there should have been motion. That relentless, hard-working spirit is now facing its toughest match. Jeremy is paralyzed from the chest down. The independent life he built is now a daily climb. The hands that worked his land now grapple with a reality he never saw coming. But here's the thing about wrestlers. They don't stay on their backs. And Jeremy is now fighting. His next move, a specialized track chair that can handle his world. The rugged, unforgiving, beautiful Alaskan outdoors. It's not just a chair, it's a key to a piece of his freedom, his mobility, his hope. This Christmas, the greatest contribution you can make isn't wrapped in a box. It's helping a man who has spent his life conquering obstacles conquer this one. Please watch his story, and if you can, help us give Jeremy back a piece of that independence that has always defined him. Let's help him move forward again.
I woke up to blue skies and seasonally warm temperatures, so I headed for the Palmer Moose Range on August 22nd to set up my hunting camp. Normally, I just take off and don't tell anyone where I'm going. But this day my mom asked, so I told her. Just an hour's ride up the mountainside, I staked out a secluded spot on the edge of a small lake with a great overlook, marshes, and mountain ranges in the distance. It's a really great place where I can glass the hillsides looking for moose. This day I had the place all to myself. The state fair was in full swing and everyone else was over there enjoying the festivities. It was the perfect time to get my hunting camp set up before the season opener on August 25th. After snapping a quick photo, I headed downhill toward home, a familiar route I'd driven more than 100 times. I was only traveling about 5 miles an hour. I was startled when a boulder rolled down the side of the bank above me and onto the trail. This boulder caught me off guard. I hit it with the knobby part of my front tire, but I was able to steer out of it. But a second later, I hit it with my back tire and it just bucked up and booted me right off the wheeler. Twisting in the air, I saw all 900 pounds of machine headed right for me. I tried to tuck and roll out of the way, but only made it part way when the machine body slammed me to the ground. Pinned in place, I knew I was in serious trouble. I thought my legs were straight behind me, but I couldn't feel or move anything. At first, even the slightest twitch happened only in my mind. I couldn't even wiggle my little finger. The realization that I was alone spurred me on. I knew that I had to try if I was going to survive. My Apple Watch had detected my crash and was asking for confirmation. I was struggling to lift my hand. I felt something move in my neck. I knew I shouldn't move, but I also knew I didn't have any other choice. I felt the machine shift and froze, terrified it would slide further onto me. I stayed still for what seemed like a long time, contemplating what I should do next. I was getting chilled and knew I needed help. I finally managed to get my watch up to my face and touch the screen with my tongue. Instead of alerting authorities of the crash, I inadvertently hit the dismiss button. By this point, I figured I was going to die. My final hope was Siri. Siri, call help. My voice was soft and weak. The watch remained silent. I tried again. The watch didn't understand. It took 3 tries before my voice was strong enough. I said, Siri, call 911. Relief flooded through my mind when I was suddenly connected to the Alaska State Trooper Emergency Dispatch. I've crashed and need help, and please call my mom. As I tried to explain how to get to me, they said, don't worry, we have your coordinates from your Apple device. All I could do from this point on was wait. I lay there thinking about my mom and how she'd already lost my little brother when he was 9, and then my dad. I just couldn't die and hurt her again. For the next 2 hours, I counted, recited the alphabet, thought about friends and family, and forced myself to stay conscious and strong for my mom. I felt my resolve beginning to weaken when the sound of a wheeler reached me and an Alaska State Trooper and EMT rolled up to find me. Minutes later, I was surprised to see my friend Jordan Sparrow ride up. I'm thinking, what are you doing here, dude? Turns out, my mother contacted Jordan, who served as a guide to point the way. There are so many trails and places to go in that area, unless you really know where to look. It's tough to find anyone out there. The EMT began treating me for shock and hypothermia, secured my neck with a C-spine collar, and the life flight helicopter crew successfully transported me to emergency care. After multiple surgeries to piece my spine back together, I am now on the road to healing. I know I'm really lucky to be alive, and I know it's going to be a long, hard battle, but I'm determined to walk again. I have some advice to others. When I ride snow machines, I usually wear a helmet and tech vest, but when I'm hunting, I usually don't. I wasn't that day. I didn't end up with any head injuries, but I easily could have. I understand. This could have turned out a lot worse, so I definitely recommend wearing safety protection. And even more important, tell someone where you're going and when you think you'll be back. I am guilty of not doing that. This day, for some reason, my mom asked, so I told her. That really helped the troopers and my friend get them right to me in time to save my life. The biggest lesson after all of this for me, don't take anything for granted. You might have done this same trip 100 times, but one loose rock and you could find yourself in a whole new world. Everything can change in an instant. Instead of climbing mountains and harvesting moose, you could end up needing help just to sit up.
You can follow Jeremy's healing journey and offer him a helping hand if you visit our website and hit the link to his story and his contact information. He is a great guy with pure grit who is determined to walk again and to help Alaska Safe Riders spread the word so that others will stay safe when they are out there enjoying Alaska.